Hoop State, I need it.
It is time as we welcome you into Combine Academy for the first game of the Hoop State Championship semifinals. It's the number 4 seed in 1-of-1 Academy, who knocked off Piedmont Classical yesterday 81-67, taking on the nationally ranked number 1 seed Winston-Salem Christian Lions, who moved on after beating North Carolina good, better, best yesterday 60-45. My name is David Katzenmeyer. Joining me on the call this evening is Miles Massercola, as we are almost set to get things going. Miles, I'll turn it over to you. Some quick thoughts before we get this one underway.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. It's been all chalk throughout this tournament so far with the higher seedings advancing. 1-of-1 is going to try to flip the script and see what they can do. Very similar styles. Team's going to try to create a lot of havoc defensively. Should be a fun one.
Tayshaun Smith wins the opening tip. It's a quick 3 on the way. That one misses off the front end, and the first shot up and off for L.J. Rush going out of bounds. Winston-Salem Christian will now get a crack at it. Connor down to L.J. Rush. Rush dropped by 2 defenders. Here comes Winston-Salem Christian working on the fast break, and the first points of the game are up and in, scored by Kobe George. Now we kick off the right wing to Kenny Tachanda. It's taken away for the pass intended for Isaiah Washington. Here comes Johannes Connor, and a big-time block. It's saved by Winston-Salem Christian. Kobe George went up to the rim to take that away from a dunk on Johannes Connor.
He met him at the peak of the mountain. Kobe George and Johannes Connor, 2 big-time athletes in the backcourt, showing up high what they got in the bag of tricks. What a play. Women away right now. They got to find a way to generate some quality looks.
Only 4 points through the first 3 minutes here. There's a splashdown for 3.
And someone that defensively keeps his guy in front of him and does a lot of good things for his group. Typical glue guy type that Antonio Lowe always finds a way to win with.
Here's Kobe George, and he's able to get a little bit of a 4-0 run himself going. It takes the lead back for Winston-Salem Christian as quickly. There's a steal. Isaiah Washington and Kobe George made it happen, and Isaiah Washington gets the dunk, and a little bit of a momentum shift for Winston-Salem Christian.
Once they evade an initial wave, they're able to make things happen.
Torrey Alston, the give to Isaiah Washington. That's a 3. The triple try falls. The corner trying to neutralize the one on the other end. Couldn't do so, but 1-of-1 will have another opportunity. From the right corner this time, it's a splashdown. Christian Wilkins feeling it early from that right corner. George finding Alston in the paint. Bounces it to Tachanda, and the patience underneath.
Torrey Alston is so good at making finds to shooters or cutters when he's in the middle of the floor. Connie Chanda exhibited some big-time patience on that one.
He's been hot from that corner. Here's a drive and a floater off the window. Count it. Put it in the stat sheet for Sebastian Akins. There's a steal and a wide open lane and a big-time throwdown. A momentum-shifting steal and a timeout on the floor. Isaiah Dennis Broom into the corner. It's Johannes Connor for 3. Can't connect. Williams. He got beat on the other end, making up for defensive stint. Isaiah Williams getting the 2 there. Felipe Patino taking a shot in the paint. Not exactly where you usually find him.
No, but he's showing he could do more than that. He looked comfortable with that little push cross and transition, able to take the contact and get the bucket. What a rebound.
Torrey Alston, he battled for it at the end of the quarter. So 18-15, that's how we finish it. We're going to throw it to Simmons for our quarter break.
Report live with Mike.
The thing I think right now is a chess match is 1-of-1 is doing a great job of making the bigs of Winston-Salem Christian have to become playmakers and decision makers. I think Coach Lowe is going to have to find a way to make sure his guards are handling the ball and handling this pressure. So that way, Torrey Alston, that way he can have opportunities to the basket to finish. Also, Lewis Walker being the guy in the middle, catching the ball 3 or 4 dribbles away to be able to make shots. All right, at the same time, 1-of-1, great energy, keeping the game mixed up. They're hitting shots. I think this second quarter is going to be very, very interesting. And at halftime, some adjustments are going to have to be made. But both teams are playing great basketball right now. They got to pick it up in the second half. Miles, Dave, what you got?
He'll settle down on the right wing and give it up to Lewis Walker.
Oh, he missed Patino for an open look, a few feet behind the line, but Walker will take it himself for 2.
Guys are getting clumped up over in this corner. They separate. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Leads to the deep shot. Burying it, Sebastian Akins, as he's trying to pick up where he left off yesterday with 24. Back to George. Lewis Walker, he's been eating from inside the paint. Lewis Walker continuing to produce under the bucket. Another chance for 3-point. Into the corner for Akins. Sebastian Akins looking to drive. Now it's right back up to Dennis, and he converts. And here comes George, bringing it across half court. Isaiah Washington Euro step. It wasn't the guy he was looking for, but Shulman's shot able to get it off a couple fingertips. 1 of 1 getting the offensive rebound. It's completely stripped away by Kobe George. Isaiah Washington up the other way, and he watched Dennis fly all the way up to the rim with him, adjusted on the moves he made, and that once again showing you the complete body control you just talked about, Miles.
Impact player at the defensive end of the floor. We know he has all the physical gifts to do that. And the fact that he has been just better at picking his spots and contributing to a winning team.
They get the save from the baseline. Shulman's shot left underneath. He'll put a little bit of emphasis on that one. Walker trying to throw it high off. Alston couldn't have it.
And more so as the season's gone on for Winston-Salem Christian.
There's a 3, and you might want to ride the hot hand right there. Isaiah Dennis searching for a late bucket to bring it back closer. There's a 3. And there's a splashdown up on the rim there. The officials haven't stopped play for it. TJ Cave, Euro step. TJ Cave, left hand up and in.
That's a big-time finish from Cave to give his team a 2-possession lead.
Got to get the shot up real quick. They're able to do so, and it's off the left side of the rim from Kobe Broom. He didn't have enough time to bring it down and set his feet. But a 5-point game heading into halftime. The number 4 seed, 1 of 1 Academy, trailing the number 1 seed, Winston-Salem Christian. We'll be back in about 8 minutes for the start of the third quarter here in the first game of the semifinals on the Hoop State Network.
1 of 1 have been unbelievable. They just have not secured the basketball on Winston-Salem Christian side of things, and look what it's leading to.
LJ Rush forced the turnover, and that leads to a Christian Wilkins 3. He's got 12 on the night. Finally getting into Isaiah Washington. He's just going to pull, and he neutralizes the 3 that was scored on the other end.
Salem Christian is kind of hitting a zone right now. Way to take the bump and keep his feet set.
The freshman, Isaiah Williams, pushed it too far to the right. Lewis Walker rifles one up. It's a 1 bounce to Kobe George, and George puts it through.
It's tough to screen against the zone, especially with a guy like Cave sliding his feet.
Akins, it was a great find. Rush working around a screen, firing it back to the left wing. It's a 3. Isaiah Dennis connects.
That is a timely 3.
That was the reason there was so much contact from TJ Cave, was because of that moving screen. It's a fake out. Here comes Patino, right-handed finish. He hasn't had a shot from beyond the arc today, but he's getting it done under the bucket when Winston-Salem Christian needs it. Wilkins with an and 1 opportunity up on the other end. 50 seconds and counting. TJ Cave rolling it up the floor. Cave has an open lane. It's a find, and Tachanda with the punishment.
Great dribble drive from Cave. Made the right decision, was patient and poised with his dribble. That's a big-time play from the point guard off the bench.
Leads back to double digits. Alston will give to Washington. He'll fire, and it's off the mark.
That's a tough shot to take right there, given the situation. You could hold it for the last one, and it leads to a run out. Now it's only a 7-point game. He's shooting that.
Patino, he will pull up 5 feet behind, and it misses everything. A rifle down the other end. As we'll send it to Simmons for the third quarter breakdown.
Report live, we're back.
This has been an interesting start to the second half. Winston-Salem Christian up 9 right now, going to the fourth quarter. I think the most interesting thing was how 1 of 1 was able to make this 8 minutes seem like 15. They were able to stop the ball, stay in the game, compete, and still cause Winston-Salem Christian to adjust. Winston-Salem Christian has been smothering. The big 3, Connie, Lewis Walker, Torrey Alston, have been menaces on the glass, doing what they want to do as far as getting position in the paint and just bullying buckets. 1-on-1 is running out of fouls, but the thing about them is they're not going away. Their full court pressure will keep them in games. I suspect, my gut telling me, this is going to be a really, really interesting fourth quarter. If Winston-Salem Christian can have a run at the beginning of this fourth quarter to extend the lead, it could be over. But if 1-of-1 is able to get a stop and stay closer into this basketball game by hitting some threes, it can be very, very interesting, and this could be a 15-minute fourth quarter. Miles and Davis, I'm sure, is doing a good job. The atmosphere and energy in the building. Coming up next, Combine Word of God, pretty much a Hoop State rivalry. It's the Hoop State Championships, reporting live from Combine Academy.
It was Walker and Walker. Too short on it. Isaiah Washington bloodhounding to that ball, and he created the 2. 7-point deficit.
Oh, wow.
Walker turns it over. Looking for a quick look for 3. It turns into a long 2. Either way, Christian Wilkins, the sophomore.
Here comes 1 of 1.
He's the one on the baseline, guarding Alston. Feeding into Lewis Walker. 2 guys collapse. Walker wins the battle. It's up to Isaiah Washington, and Washington, a tough bucket, slings it off the glass and in.
Big response out of the timeout.
As Rush misses both. So escaping unscathed is Winston-Salem Christian. TJ Cave has a double on the other end. Heading to the bench. Gave some good minutes for 1 of 1. It's crunch time now. Williams, backdoor finish, count it.
They needed that from him. 7-point game, 2:10 to go.
So back-to-back missed layups on each side.
Big shot right here.
The three falls. Isaiah Dennis wraps the net around the rim. Here is Aiken. He's going to take a deep three. Sebastian Aiken, it was off the mark. The offensive rebound, it's taken away by Isaiah Washington. Washington up to the cup. The right hand off the window, and Isaiah Washington extends it to 6.
He redeemed himself after the bad decision to take the shot down there. That's a deep one right there. That's a tough one to take.
1 of 1. Going to have to come up with a big stop. Lewis Walker was open near midcourt. Lewis Walker making it look easy in traffic. Here is Dennis. 24 seconds. It'll be a kick. Aikens, and there is a foul.
Wow, wow, wow.
Aiken
missed it.
Missed on the short end. Patino with the rebound.
He's going to bring Winston-Salem Christian to the championship the championship game of the Hoop State Championship for the first time in school history. His first appearance there since 2020 with Moravian Prep. It was a struggle till the very end, but he found a way to get there. They'll get their crack at Combine or Word of God tomorrow.
It's a 6-point victory for Winston-Salem Christian as the number 1 seed moving on to the championship. Thank you so much for joining us, but don't go anywhere. Word of God taking on Combine Academy, the 2 and 3 seeds, set to square off in about 10 minutes. For myself, David Katzenmeyer, and Miles Mastercola, we will see you soon in the Hoop State Network.